In today's video, I interview a Destiny 2 PvP pro. He's gone flawless over 860 times, he is in the top 1% of players on Trials Report, and he is someone I would consider a friend. In today's video, I'm going to be asking him how he started to play Destiny, how he fell in love with it, and why he eventually left. Also, I'm really sorry about the terrible PvP gameplay. I'm not a PvP player, I'm so sorry. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind just like introducing yourself real quick, your experience with Destiny. Like personally, I would classify you as like professional PvP player. Yeah, like just kind of like introduce yourself and
I've played Destiny Crucible for like 5,500 plus hours. I've done trials like probably about 700-800 flawlesses, and I have like tangled like, you know, Frostbolt and ZK. Like I've fought against them, I've beat them a few times, you know. Like I've had a fair bit of Crucible experience. A lot of my friends call me a bit of obsessive on it.
Yeah, I actually before we started here, I actually went and looked at your Trials report, and it says that you have 861 flawlesses on Destiny 2. That is that's a lot.
Yeah, I used to run them like before the, you know, on the old system, I used to run the flawlesses all the time before they started doing the flawless pool and all the, you know, crazy stuff that went along.
Yeah, I remember. I think even you carried me to like I think 3 flawlesses or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was just saying it was fun. Like just in general, like I used to do a good bit of carries. I had this friend Sky. We used to do carries, and the most memorable game was when we fought this guy called Boys or something, or this one streamer. We beat him and made him so mad. We were like carrying something. That was like a memorable experience, especially, and also getting to the Lighthouse. You know, like they're happy when you get them there for the first time. It's like always fun.
Oh yeah, it's always really cool. But yeah, I wanted to start with like, when was the first time that you played Destiny? Like, what was the first, you know, was it Destiny 1 or Destiny 2? Like, what expansion, what season?
Destiny 1, and I think it was either the vanilla version, the tail end of the vanilla version of the game, or when the House of Wolves or one of those older expansions were out. And I just got into the game like I was like 10, 12. Oh, well, let's see, no, I'd be about 14ish then. And I was just bumbling around, and I'd run the Golden Gun Hunter with throwing knives, try to hit people, and run around like just a hand cannon. I didn't even know what the best weapons at the time, so I just ran around like some random hand cannon I found in my vault.
Oh, that's cool. And then did you start playing Destiny 2 like right away, or did you wait a bit to get into that?
I played Destiny 1. I got into it pretty good, Taken King and into the Rise of Iron. I took a break when Rise of Iron got that whole sidearm meta going, where they take your special and you have to go pick it up, and it was like Wormwood, like the sidearm running around with no land. I took a break. Then I gave Destiny 2 a try, but that double primary and the slow pace, I didn't get back into it heavily until you know, the Forsaken.
Yeah,
and that's when I started absolutely obsessing.
Okay, yeah, that was when they really like went back to form, or kind of changed up that original form a bit.
Yeah, that was like probably my favorite expansion PvP wise.
Yeah, actually, that was a question I wanted to ask here. What was your favorite meta for Destiny 2?
I have a few. Some of my favorites are the Forsaken meta with Spare Rations, Ace of Spades, Mindbenders.
Oh yeah.
All those, like, and then like they had like the really good movement. Like the Hunter was like the Stompies, the Transversives on the Warlock, Dune Marchers on the Titan. The 30th anniversary was another one of my favorite ones because it was fairly balanced. You use almost anything: hand cannons, pulse rifles, like Messenger, Ace of Spades. Like you could use like a lot of different weapons, and some of the auto rifles I think were pretty decent. And I think my friend was like a DMT or Dead Man's Tail user. The 30th was probably the most balanced meta,
yeah,
but I think Forsaken was
really
funnest.
good.
Yeah, the 30th was probably the most balanced meta, but I'll say Forsaken's probably the funnest meta, especially Mindbenders and Map It.
When did you start getting into Destiny 2 PvP? Was it like around that, like it was like around that Forsaken time, or did it take a bit for you to really get into it?
I played through Destiny 1 PvP like Iron Banner. I just basically was a quick play warlord for a while there, and then like in Destiny 2, I quick played it for a while. Then I had a friend, Aiko, and he got me into playing Trials with him a little bit. And then I got addicted to it. I started like a 1.3 or 4 KD, and then I just started grinding ever since to you know, improve.
On Trials Report, it says you have a 2.39 KD. That's like one of the highest I've seen.
That was just like getting up slowly and steady, and it's a lot of it's your personal improvement, and a lot of it though too is you have to get a good solid team. If you're don't have good solid teammates to kind of teamwork with you, you can only get your KD up so much because you can only carry so good if you get someone good. Like you match like Frostbolt or ZK, you're against a bunch of randoms, you can't solo carry against them if they're working really good.
Yeah, they are fairly good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So something I wanted to ask is, like, was there a moment where Destiny, like, kind of clicked, where, like, everything just kind of worked? Because it's like, there have been times playing this game, like, just a little while ago, I really was getting into, I've been getting into, like, doing solo dungeons and stuff like that. And, like, kind of using all these different items from all these different parts of the game, having them all come together, all these different elements coming together. That's when it, like, really kind of clicked for me, rediscovered why I'm having so much fun with this game. Was there kind of a point with Destiny where, like, you had that moment where things kind of clicked?
Yeah, it was like I started, when I got into Trials with my friend for a while, I was playing and I was just getting better. Like, I wasn't, like, doing, like, no, like, crazy, like, you know how a lot of people, like, rewatch their gameplay to improve and go crazy. I wasn't doing anything that wild. I was just, like, playing for fun, just keep, you know, grinding it out. But after I got playing for a while, I started watching, like, a few of these, like, you know, good YouTubers, like Walla's one, ZK, and a few others, and I started watching how they did, like, I started watching them play on stream, started watching how they position themselves, how they did the spawns, how they, like, 3-2-1 slid, started working better, and eventually, somewhere through, like, after Forsaken into, like, the next expansion, it started really, like, syncing up and clicking, and I started kind of, like, understanding how, like, the team shot better, how, like, to position better, and it kind of started clicking where I started improving drastically more than before.
Oh, all right. How does it feel to, like, because you mentioned that, you know, you've gone up against, you know, ZK Mushroom a few times, and you were, like, watching his videos. How did that feel to, like, go up against him and, like, actually play against him?
You have to keep calm to, you know, have a chance winning, but it is nerve-wracking because, like, you've built them up, like, you know, you build them up since you, like, take tips from them and stuff, and you think they're a good player, like, you know, it's like, you know, like, you build them up to be mythical in your mind,
yeah,
and you have to make sure you don't get in your own head, and you have to play confidently and not be too scared to make a play, like, you know, talking about, like, you're having a battle, not to, like, you know, you have to realize they're very good, but they're still beatable.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. All right, so now I want to get into a few more, like, the more negative things. When did you start to kind of notice your overall decline in enjoyment of PvP?
The first signs of it starting to go downhill is, you know, during Shadowkeep, I think it was, they added that really thick skill-based matchmaking when they did the Epic deal, you know, when they put Destiny on Epic.
Yeah, I think that was around the 30th anniversary pack, I want to say. I think so.
I'm gonna look it up. It was near, I think, Shadowkeep. It was the Haunted Moon expansion. I know that much.
Okay, yeah, that was Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep, yeah. So considering I know a lot about the Crucible, but now the expansion, the PvE story, like, I've got enough PvE, like, weapons and stuff because my friends kind of are PvE players and they help me out, but I don't, you know, I'm not just in tune with that side of the game. But during Shadowkeep, they add that skill-based matchmaking and turn the sixes into kind of a sweat fest, and they don't give you any. And I would be all right with it being sweaty, like you know, Destiny 1, when you play sixes, they would give you a chance to earn Matador, Ezeluna, or Palindrome through, like, the vendor weapons and stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
Shadowkeep, they give you terrible weapons, not just trash weapons. Like a 180 hand cannon, all this, like, terribly statted weapons, and then they make you play tournament tier players in sixes, and then when I try to take any of my PvE friends to chill me in Crucible, they're like, how do you enjoy this? And they'll be getting jumped by, like, 1.5 to 3 KD players.
Oh man,
stop.
So it's like you couldn't even just, like, relax and have fun. It was like, if you wanted to keep a consistent, like, KD, or, like, even just try and win, you had to, like, try your hardest when you just want to fucking relax and play the game.
Yeah, like, basically Iron Banner and Quick Play, after that skill-based matchmaking adjustment Shadowkeep, it turned into, like, a sweat fest. But unlike Trials or Comp, there are no rewards besides you just, I guess it did help me improve better, faster, I guess, but it was not fun at all.
And so, what was kind of the point where, like, the point of no return, where you're like, I can't do this anymore, I can't keep playing PvP, where you were just kind of, like, fed up with it?
I'd have to say I was kind of getting back into it, into the light, you know what I'm talking about, where they were having the onslaught. And I had a friend, Zoe. She was really good onslaught. She gets you to the best difficulties, and she just told me what to run. I'd run what the loadout she said, and we'd get good weapons. I was running around with that pulse rifle you got from onslaught. You know, the 340, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think like Blast Furnace, I think.
It's not Blast Furnace. It looks like a legendary. No time to explain, but it's just been so.
Oh yeah, because I think it's Stranger's Rifle.
Yeah, that thing I grinded for a good roll to Crucible, was really enjoying it then. But once Prismatic got added, that was the final straw.
That was
trying to fight Shadow Clone, Smoke Bomb Invis Hunters and Arc Sliding Warlocks with Ozomancies. That was Gauntlets. That was not a fun experience.
Oh man, yeah, that does sound horrible.
And then in my skill-based matchmaking bracket, they'll always be just trying with those like crazy, like just cheesy loadouts. Like they wouldn't gunfight you much.
It was a lot of ability spam.
And since they're in my matchmaking bracket, they play like a gun tail to their head. Like, you know, like they really try. The fate of the world's relying on them to win the game, and they're in 6v6 control.
Oh man, did you play a ton of comp? Like the competitive mode that Bungie ended up releasing for the game? Did you play very much of it?
Yeah, but it was a lot worse in Trials because they put skill-based matchmaking into comp. So instead of rank-based, they could let someone be way worse than you, be at the same rank, get easier games. But if you're a high skill player, they'd make you sweat against the same Zim team over and over. They'd run around with Zims, Cloud Strikes, then the Invis Shadow Clone Hunters, and it gets pretty rough.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Personally, I'm not great at PvP, so I don't think I encountered very much of it. I don't know for sure, but I've seen friends who have like gone into that area, and it seems like they just have a terrible time with like dealing with stuff like Cloud Strike or like Zim players, or when that one Trials SMG was like the best one in the game. Just dealing with anyone who had that thing was like it was the worst.
Immortal.
Yeah, Immortal.
I still remember. It haunts the dreams of so many PvP players that there's actually on Discord Nitro, one of my friends had a soundboard of just Immortal firing going like that gun. And the reason I got so mad that Immortal also helped me almost quit during that period, considering it played into Zimmers extremely well. You have a guy on a Zim, give him an Immortal and give him a Cloud Strike, put him on Arc Titan with that barricade peeking, and shotgunning against that is extremely difficult because they'll shred you, knockout melee lunge you, and then glitch through the barricade and then corner peek you with Zim.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
And that's like almost like half the games, and that's the only reason. Like, I don't mind skill-based matchmaking, saying I'm talking about for sweaty games, like, or it be tough and comp, like be rank-based, kind of like, you know how Valorant or Overwatch kind of ranked, like it's more the ranks get you up there. Like the higher ranks you are, the better the players get. I wouldn't care if it's ranked like that, but I don't like skill-based matchmaking in the rank, considering you could be a low rank or a high rank, but be in a low skill-based matchmaking bracket, and you get easy games, but you're still ranked the same as me.
Yeah, so it's harder because you're a better player, which isn't how it should work at all.
Yeah, and it's just weird. And then in quick play, they'll have that crazy matchmaking, and then they added like a bunch of bad metas. Like the Immortal meta ran on for 8 months, almost a year or so, and then it was replaced by Drangs, sidearms, like crazy guns. And any gun that's strong on controller, it's even more effective on a Zim. And I ain't just picking on controller players, considering one of my duos I used to run with all the time is controller. But if you encounter a good controller weapon and someone's using a Zim on top of it, you're not winning.
It's like impossible.
Yeah, and if you do, you have to play perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, like even for a little while there was like in the past few months, there's been the Redrix S-Stock as like the meta, like the pulse rifle meta. It has not been fun.
I DM'd you a video. This is the type of cheaters you encounter in the higher ranks these days. If that link will work. It's my friend sent me this. Oh my god! This is how bad the hackers get in the higher skill brackets. That's how bad it gets in the high brackets.
No way. That's fucking crazy.
But the bad metas, the ability spam, and then also it feels kind of like if you're in the PvP community, Bungie kind of ignores you. Like we went 600 plus days without no maps, but in Destiny 1 they give us maps every expansion, new modes. Like kind of if you're a PvP player, you're kind of a second class citizen in Destiny. Not gonna lie, like they don't give a crap about you. Like you might sustain the game in its dry periods and stick around even when there's nothing to do in PvE. They don't care. They just like they won't give you content at all. And if they add any new system, like this current expansion, my friend streamed on Discord the current expansion because I've actually installed Destiny. I'm actually clean 6 months from it now. And I plan on not going back. He showed me they added a new armor system that gives you weapon
new armor and weapon
bonus.
system. Yeah,
but it works in PvP, and the 390 pulse rifles that were bygones are now 2-tapping like a high impact 340 would. But
Jesus.
Yeah, and just like crazy stuff. And Vex Mythoclast with this artifact mod is now getting like radiant buffs on top of damage buffs, and it's like insta melting and like.
I haven't actually jumped into the new stuff yet. Or like the new,
Yeah.
like the PvP stuff. I haven't jumped in any of that yet. Holy.
Well, the new systems basically nuke the skill out of it. Like, if you basically, it's going to be Ace of Spades, Memento Mori with damage buffs, or you're going to be encountering automated weapons or pulse rifles with like damage buffs. So the weapon stat, they'll turn up like 190, 200, and you're going to get melted immediately.
Oh no. Oh man, that sucks, because I was even thinking about jumping back into like doing more PvP this expansion, but now I'm hesitant.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the only
man.
frustration about being a PvP player is they'll add something cool, and for PvE it's awesome, but they won't playtest it all in PvP, and they'll like do a new armor system, make it where you can give weapons extra damage, but it changes breakpoints to make a balanced or bad weapon class become unstoppable.
Yeah, there's that, and even like seasonal weapons. So like weapons that come out for this season are 10% better than everything else in the game, like across all content.
Don't forget, every season there's an artifact mod, and half or more over, and I think it's like 80% of the time. I'm not even sure there's been a season it's not been a problem. Is there's always an artifact mod that breaks the game so badly for PvP, it just makes you want to slam your head into your desk going against it.
And they don't fix it.
And they will not fix it. They'll make you suffer through the whole season, only replace it, and you think, okay, it's going away, but they'll replace it with another one just as annoying.
Yeah.
Every season.
Oh yeah.
And all of it compiled together, it's just like they don't really respect your time either. The FOMO, like now they've kind of invalidated. Like if I wanted to return now, I'd have to regrind all my armors again, and I've already spent so long grinding all my armors to get them perfect for PvP. With this new system, like
Yeah, you basically have to grind for the new stuff because your older stuff is objectively not as good.
Yeah, and I know it like gives you something to do, but if you've played the game 5,000 plus hours and you've had to go through so many grinds in PvE just to be able to play the game mode you want to play PvP competitively against the skill-based like match-made like gremlins that I've been come across, like it eventually just kind of loses its appeal and kind of makes you burn out.
Yeah, you really don't want to do it again. Yeah, I understand that. So a few more questions here. If Bungie announced that they're reworking PvP, what would need to be done for you to return to the game?
Probably get the weapon metas back good again, or talking about like basically tune down like the Drang and like real the really forgiving weapons that work real well in Zim, turn those down a little bit, and buff back up like weapons like 140 RPM hand cannons or anything that gives you a fair chance to fight with. I'm talking about some of the pulse rifles could use a little tuning up. The auto rifles, you have to be careful because you want to be good, not terrible, but if you overtune an auto rifle, they're so forgiving they are almost unstoppable, so you have to watch about tuning them, but get the weapon balance better. I prefer hand cannon shotgun meta myself because that's why I've grown up playing so long. But I'm a little biased toward it. But another thing they could do is fix the matchmaking system entirely. Like that skill-based matchmaking, like in sixes, like casual Iron Man or sixes, probably it is not good. And the rank system, they either need to delete comp from the game and focus fully into trials, or they need to make it where the rank actually matters with it's rank-based matchmaking, not skill-based matchmaking in comp.
All right.
And then Trials, they could also, I'm not gonna lie, Trials, another reason I quit is they killed Trials for me when they did that capture point in it. When they put the zone capture in Trials, they make it now where people just camp on it with cheesy weapons. Like, try to beat a guy with a Zim and a Drang. Like, you can normally pick him off if it's elimination. You got to pick him off and outplay him. If he's on the objective first, puts a Titan Barricade, push him when he has a Drang and an SMG ready.
Oh god, yeah, you're not getting past that.
No. So I just thought they'd have to make Trials back how it used to be, like the elimination 3v3 mode, and also maybe make it rewarding. Like I wouldn't want to say like make it more elitist and make it where like it's back how it used to be where you only get elite going from the Lighthouse, but I think there could be a compromise. Like maybe if you go to the Lighthouse, give you really good cosmetics and stuff, but I'm not sure if Bungie would do that because they were caught saying that they don't make Trials loot or any of the cosmetics you earn in game too good because it cut back from their Eververse.
Yeah, I saw that article.
But they'd have to give me good cosmetics or something to like flaunt, for going to the Lighthouse, but still give casual players enough incentives to play. Because Destiny 1, if you're a casual player, you would literally be showered at Ezluna's Mad Doors, not for running a dungeon. That was just playing 66 PvP and it could just fall after game.
Yeah, I mean, like, at least in Trials right now, I don't know if you've heard of this, but they added a thing in Trials a little while ago where you can get a Trials card where all you have to do is win 7 games. You don't have to win 7 in a row. You just have to win 7, and you go to the Lighthouse, and you get like an adept weapon and a few like Trials ciphers, and I think that's about it. Like I think you can get some of the other cosmetics as well, but like you can't get the what's that cosmetic thing? The
ornaments, whatever they call them.
Yeah, you don't get the the mementos. You don't get the mementos, but you get the ciphers, and you get like an adept weapon. I did that. I went to the Lighthouse doing that.
Part of me hates it, considering going to the Lighthouse used to be like prestigious, like you had to grind like to really get good good enough to do it. But I guess it could help the player population kick up a little too, though, where it won't be so sweaty. Like too, like cause it's like a double-edged sword though. Considering I'm kind of so used to how it was in Destiny 1 Forsaken that it's kind of, you know, like I kind of do like it being like something to grind for, like that feeling. Because when you first make the Lighthouse, when it's hard,
It's
and you
the
make
best
it there,
feeling.
it's like such high feeling. But now they've kind of took that feeling away and kind of took the winds out of the sails a little bit. Like I will say, I don't want to be mean, but something's like a participation medal a little bit. But
Yeah, kind of.
you know,
It kind of is.
but basically, what Bungie though, I kind of rambled too much. But basically, short,
That's
just
fine.
fix the matchmaking, make trials a bit more like rewarding good players, and then still give casuals a reason to play. Either rip comp out of the game or make it rank based or do something, because comp's dead and it's basically just Zim or Central, and add some anti-cheat, and please like make Crucible actually a featured mode and they actually invest into it, and like, you know, and please stop releasing broken PvE stuff in the Crucible without testing it. Like, they don't even test it. Like I don't care if something's broken PvE, but I just wish they tune it separately. Like PvP, like that goes through testing and it's like, you know, tuned properly. Then PvE, it can be as wild as you want it to be for all the builds and stuff.
Yeah, like there should be separate balancing for the two modes. I don't know why they do it like a little bit, but they should have like two completely separate teams in terms of balancing for PvP and PvE. I don't know why they don't.
If they did that, it would be so much better. And that way, every time I see a new PvE expansion, I'm like, oh man, like, what are they going to do to Crucible this time? Well, that's why every expansion I boot up, I'm like, why have they done?
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, I think part of the reason why they don't have two separate balancing teams might be because of Gambit. It's kind of impossible to balance it, because how would you balance it with Gambit? Because it's a PvE and a PvP mode.
Yeah, Gambit. I tried, and you think being good at PvP would make you good at Gambit. I kind of don't like Gambit because I hate getting invaded, because they'll use power weapons on you most of the time they invade. It kind of kills the PvP out of it. I'd almost say balance Gambit if they want to make Gambit better, because some of my friends, I think one of my friends has like a dredging, like
the dredging
12,
seal?
15.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
like he's like, his name's Sober, a Sober Irishman or something, and he has so many, and he's a pretty good Crucible player and a Gambit warlord, and like
Really?
he's one of the few players I know that play Gambit these days. But
still plays
I think
Gambit?
it would be, yeah, but he said that it takes 10 minutes to even find a game these days, and sometimes you'll get Asian characters out there having to pull them across the world to find them now.
Holy.
So they need to overhaul Gambit, may take the PvP out of it, and just make it a competition of which PvE builds melt the quickest. You know, it's more like a teamwork, like a raid kind of a PvE off. You know what I'm talking about? Rework it where the invading ain't so power weapon focused, or maybe just gut it, considering there's not that much players left in it, and they might want to put their resources into making new fun strikes and like raids for the PvE people, and then the PvP obviously needs a complete overhaul at this point.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of just wondering at this point why Bungie doesn't just, like, I'm sure that there are a few Destiny 1 PvP maps that they haven't brought into Destiny 2. Just give them a new coat of paint and give it to us. I don't think people would complain, you know? It's like...
No, because Destiny 1 PvP maps are actually better. Every new PvP map they've made. But have you ever played what's the new Disjunction and some of those new Crucible maps?
There was Disjunction in the Throne World, and then there was the Europa one, the Neomuna one, and what was the last one was on the pyramid ship.
It was that other one that it was in the Vex. You know, it's like the Neomuna like cyber world type look to it. You know, it's really big.
That like small square one.
It's like a big map. You remember, it's the big map where it's like, and it has like the digital kind of look to it. It's like really big.
God, I completely forgot that one even existed. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
If you see that map or any of those new maps you mentioned, and it's trials, and you're going up against 2 to 3 KD players, and they are remotely good at sniping or zimming or anything, you can kiss your sanity goodbye.
Yeah. I haven't been a huge fan of the new maps. I like the Neomuna one. I thought that one was decent.
There's a few good ones. I might be a little critical on them. There might be 1 or 2 I don't mind playing on. I like the icy one on Europa. That one ain't bad with a 3 that jump up bridge. But some of them though are like I'd say 60 to 80% of the new maps they make are terrible, and it looks like they kind of just threw clutter in there, and they kind of just phoned it in almost, and they didn't really try too much.
Yeah, that's fair. And so I have 2 more questions here. So this one, do you think that Marathon has had an impact on Destiny 2's PvP?
I think they've probably took a lot of their PvP team over there, and personally, that's kind of why I have like a little, I guess a little bitterness toward Marathon, considering I think if they didn't try to go off the Marathon and kept all the PvP people on that, we probably could have had better like PvP balance and everything.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a very fair statement. And so here's my last question. What makes Destiny 2 PvP special to you?
The gunplay. When the primary weapons or like the meta feels good, the primary weapons are hitting, like having an ace of spades and going like a 5, 6, 7 just kill spree, and how the bullets hit, the sounds, like the gun reloading, just like the gunplay and the movement are second to none. Like you can go play Helldivers, you can go play Call of Duty in your game, but if you have Destiny at its peak, like Forsaken era or 30th anniversary era, and you're gunning with a good hand cannon or a nice 340 pulse rifle, no game can compete with that movement gunplay. Like I've never seen anything compete.
Oh, all right, yeah, that was really nice. All right, well, I want to thank you for doing this. You know, kind of on a whim.
Well, thank you for inviting me to be interviewed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted to. Part of the reason why I even did this in the first place is because a little while ago, Astacross made a video where he asked people why they stopped playing why they stopped playing Destiny, and there was a surprising amount of people who said that they quit because PvP got worse. Like there was a lot of people.
I have a friend called Nerdy. Me and him run like Overwatch and like Marvel Rivals some. Like we kind of just casually play now, and I mainly run Helldivers sometimes. Nerdy, like my friend Nerdy, he quit because of PvP, and he says he didn't feel the PvP was given enough time or dedication. He didn't like how it went. I have a bunch of players that are just don't play anymore because they feel like the PvP is just not, it went downhill so bad. Like there's I know, but it's a little biased though, considering most of my friends are PvP players because I spend so much time in it.
All right, well, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. And for those who are going to eventually watch this video when I edit this and upload it in like probably 2 weeks or something, thank you also for watching. And if Bungie, if you're watching this, because there's like a 0.01% chance that you're watching, fucking do something about PvP. There are lots of people who play this game because of PvP. Fix that shit. There are people who want to play it. You will get more people back if you can fix it and make it playable and more fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this interview. I really hope that it offered some more context and kind of a different perspective into why people have quit playing Destiny 2. With Destiny 2's dwindling player numbers and people becoming more and more dissatisfied with Destiny 2's PvP, I feel like this is an important discussion to have. So share this video with others. I'd like to know what other people's insight is into the game and into the current state of PvP. But let's remember to keep the discussion civil and keep it towards providing some actual criticism instead of just shouting that Bungie sucks and that the game is dead. Because a lot of us, including Perry, including myself, just want Destiny 2 to become better. We all love the game and we all want it to be in a much better state that it's currently in. And creating discussion and keeping an open dialogue and providing actual criticism is one of the best ways for us as players to do that. Anyway, like I said before, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate all the support and the recent content. Share the video with your friends, especially those who either still play PvP or are lapsed PvP players. I'll have more videos out next week and in the coming weeks. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. Bye.